I know what happened. Can you hear me now? I think now you can hear me. I still had it connected to my the laptop microphone and not my Bluetooth microphone. But can you hear me now? I think I fixed it. How about now? I think my comments are a little delayed. Good now. Awesome. Yay. Okay, deep breath. So now that we have audio together, again, I'm on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Y'all, this is my 3rd time going live, and the first time I was the second time, it got a little easier. Today, I'm nervous because, again, it's going live in all the different, on all the different channels, and I have no idea what I'm doing. I am learning, in real time, but I'm excited though, and, yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it. Again, thank you so much for bearing with me. Hey kids, if we have any men who are watching, um, what's up, Bretta? If you know the song, try not to sing in your head. Shout out to David. He is my amazing husband. I see him in the chat, and I appreciate you for all of your support. Um, my name is Jarabia. I am the owner of East Pottery. I am a wife. I am a toddler mom, and I am out here just trying to keep my sanity on a daily basis. I created East Pottery for other women and moms. And even if you're a caregiver, sometimes we just give a lot of ourselves, taking care of others, and we lose ourselves. So, dealing with postpartum, my daughter will be 2 in like 2 weeks. So, dealing with like the postpartum, adjusting to motherhood, figuring out our routine, what works for her, what works for me, rediscovering who I am, just like trying to get back to myself, finding my calm, my confidence in my community. So I created Eat Pottery as a way for other people to find their people as well. Because it's y'all, it's hard out here. Life itself is something. And then life when you add taking care of other people, especially little people. We know little people have big personalities. It is definitely, it's it's a roller coaster, but I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get started. Again, I appreciate you guys logging on, and hopefully, we have some fun. If you're watching live or even if you catch the replay, please, drop in the chat where you're watching from. Eventually, I'll be able to learn how to show, comments on the stage. Right now, we just take it one step at a time. That is my motto. One step, one day, one moment at a time. So eventually I'll be able to do all the advanced technology. Right now, we're just trying to record the video and not have any errors with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get into the conversation for today. This is our nap time challenge. I named it nap time challenge because as moms or caregivers, women, either men as well. Sometimes we just have to set aside a short amount of time throughout our day to go ahead and focus on something that we're doing for ourselves. Whatever goals, whatever thing that you need to accomplish that and it's not even like being selfish, but it's also like operating and fully functioning in your purpose. God created all of us with a purpose and a plan. So one thing that helped me dealing with the transition into motherhood, feeling like, okay, every day is I'm giving so much to my child. What am I doing for myself? What am I doing for Drake? Once I started doing little things for myself, it was almost like life was just revived back in me because now it's like, okay, I'm more than a human milk machine, y'all. I nurse, so that is a toll within itself. But I don't know, it just reignited something within me. So I'm a big advocate people reaching for their goals and working towards achieving their goals. And my motto is one goal, one step at a time. Like you only have 24 hours in a day, and you have to sleep, and then also you have to work and other things as well. So within that, you can't do everything. So just focus on one thing. And once you finish that, let's move on to the next. This week we are talking about reducing stress, and my week has been it's been a roller coaster of emotions. We are 17 days away from my launch. I'm launching the Goal Getter box, and for more information on that, you can visit www.eastpottery.com. The link is scrolling across the screen. But in launching that, I definitely have been uh, I've had moments where it's, like, really excited. I feel like I'm making progress, and every time I make progress, then it's something else. It's like a roadblock that I run into, and it's like, "Oh, man, I gotta figure this out." And I'm feeling like, I'm figuring it out on my own, but I'm not by myself. I mean, I don't have a big team. Um, it's myself, the Lord, my husband, and I've been connecting to other people, other groups, and just, getting the mentorship and also just figuring it out along the way. So within figuring it out, I have I've been taking inventory of my emotions. This is a sheet that is available free on eastpottery.com. You can download this. This is our goal getter sheet. On here, I wrote my goal for the month, my steps to achieve that goal. On the top, I've been taking inventory of my emotions and how I've been feeling. Y'all see how many orange and red we had for this week? Y'all, this has been tired and overwhelmed. Yesterday, I felt calm. So it was like, okay, the roller coaster's coming down. But having that helps me to keep track of like my mental health and how I'm doing. So again, if you would like to receive that, you can visit the website and get your free download. So, yeah, let's go ahead and just get into the conversation because the nap time challenge is also a little quick chat because we want to encourage you to get something done in a short amount of time in your day. So I don't want to take a lot of your time. But one thing to reduce stress, first of all, you have to identify what is your stressor. Like, just be honest with yourself. What is it that is your pain point? What is causing you to lose energy, you know? Be honest and upfront with yourself. Like, identify what it is, and once you're able to know, like, the root cause of it, go ahead and give yourself permission to accept the help. I struggle because I have that type A personality. I wanna do things, and I wanna do it how I wanna do it. Sometimes I don't wanna take the time to explain to someone else, like, "Yeah, you could do it this way." For example, my loving husband, I had to kinda recruit him to work on a mold for one of my, making a pottery. This is a photo holder that I'm making, so it's like a little cute camera. This is actually going in the first box. So we have, some not documents, but like worksheets that you're supposed to put on display on the photo holder, right? So I made a mold of it because I have a goal to make 100 of these, and right now I have 5, so 95 more to go. I think I can do it, but in order for me to do that, I can't make each of them individually by hand. So we created this well, I had him create a mold because he follows instructions more than I do. I'm gonna briefly skim over the instructions, but I'm not gonna sit there and, like, measure everything out, and I had to recruit the help, and I also had to be okay with, accepting his help. Like, it didn't, like, make me less of a person or less of a business person because I'm not doing all the things. You can't do all the things. So I had to be okay with like, just do this for him because he followed instructions. And you know what? He made a cute mold out of silicone, and he did such a great job. So with this mold, I will be able to duplicate the other 95, and I will have to give y'all an update on how that's going next week because again, yeah. I'm still learning my process and what works and what um, once you identified your stressors and you've given yourself permission to accept help, go ahead and effectively and clearly delegate. But in order to do that, you have to communicate what it is that you need. Like, you can't expect people to read your mind. Um, Even with launching the business, my husband had to kind of check me a little bit this week, like, "Hey, you're not drinking water. You're not getting enough rest. What is it that I can help you with?" And me, I'm like, "Listen, I need to figure out how to do this stuff in order for me to tell you how to do it first. Like, I need to find my flow and my process and procedures." Well, again, I'm also a little bit controlling in that because he's willing to help me, and I thank God for his support. There are people who are willing to support you. There are people who are like they want to help uh, lift the load. So when you have those people in your corner, go ahead and ask them to like, hey, can you do this? Even if it's just like, can you wash the dishes for me? Because it's that's one less thing that you have. So identify your stresses, accept the help, effectively delegate. And you need to be able to communicate because again, no one can read your mind. And the last thing I want to say, I know I said 3 ways, but when I wrote my notes, I was like, you know what? You also need to decompress. Um, I feel like it was maybe on Monday. So this was like 4 days ago. I was stressed and I wrote in one of my mentor groups that I'm in. I'm like, I have to resolve this issue tomorrow and I'm feeling stressed. But instead of me focusing on the thing that I couldn't change, I decided to work on something that I could control in that moment. And someone replied back to me, they were like, when you're frustrated, also be mindful of doing something fun. So take that moment to breathe, take that moment to decompress because it's important. Like if not, you'll just be a balloon, just blowing air, blowing air, blowing air, and then you pop, and then you just explode because you've been holding it in for so long. So you have to allow yourself to release that pressure um, when you're not in like a high intense moment. So identify, accept, delegate, and decompress. I gave y'all a bonus. Um, those are my 4 ways to help reduce your stress, especially during this holiday season. Um, it, it's, yeah, it's the holidays. We out here planning for Thanksgiving, planning meals, Christmas, the New Year's is coming up, all of that. I just pray that you guys will really implement some of the tips, or even if you have some additional tips, drop them in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And again, this is about building community. East Pottery is not just about me, but it's about building a community of people who are like-minded, who want to encourage and support one another along their journey, whatever their journey. So drop in the comments even like some of your tips or some of the ways, or even if you're stressed about something and you just kind of want somebody to touch and agree with you, like in the comments, like, hey, Steve, or hey, you're not crazy. I feel you. Um, if you want to share, we'd love to hear from you. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Again, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Jarabia, and again, I am the owner of Ease Pottery, where we help women and moms rediscover their calm, confidence, and community. Thanks for joining us today, and we hope that you have an amazing weekend and y'all be safe until next year.